my channel. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever, but really it's only been a week. It's just nothing's been going on very exciting in my life, so I don't want to bore you with like boring vlogs, and you know, when we're just sitting at home, there's like nothing to vlog, nothing exciting going on. So that's why I've been a little MIA. So thank you guys for understanding. I know a lot of you have sent me messages on Instagram asking how I'm doing, and I'm doing great. As of right now, I am 31 weeks with baby Brixlee, and it's literally coming to an end so fast. It's bittersweet, to say the least. I'm not ready for it to be over. I am excited to meet her though. But I asked you guys on Instagram what you wanted to see, and someone suggested seeing my birth plan, or talking about my birth plan, if I'm doing things different than I did with Brielle, or am I doing everything the same. So I'm gonna just explain that in this video and let you guys kind of know what I want and what I don't want. Now, my birth plan isn't very exciting, like it's not crazy, like I'm not doing any water birth or anything, so I'm just doing like the traditional push the baby out of your hoochie delivery, unless, you know, something goes wrong, then we'd have to do a C-section. But the goal is to have just a natural birth. I did with Brielle. I didn't have a C-section with her. I was like in labor for a total of 4 hours. It was super easy and quick, and everything about my labor with Brielle was amazing. But there were some things that happened in Brielle's birth, like her whole like day of birth, that just really upset me, and I don't want those things to happen in this birth, because you guys know, like, this is probably gonna be our last baby, unless something happens, and I don't know, but we're planning on this being our last baby. So I want this to be special for Tyler and I really just want to enjoy every single second of giving birth to Brixlee and after birth as well. I'm gonna just go in order of how things happen in labor, and the first thing that I have written down is when I am in labor, when I feel labor coming on and I have contractions either at home or the hospital, I would like to labor as much as I can in the tub. I did do this with Brielle. I started out laboring at home with her, of course, and I laid in the tub for about an hour. It was a warm bath. It was just like the perfect temperature, and it really did help my pain levels go down, and it just helped me relax. I labored a lot in my back with Brielle, so I don't know how this time's gonna go, but it did help my back a lot, so that's just one of like the plans that I have. As soon as I get to the hospital, I would like to get into the tub at the hospital as well, and hopefully stay there until it is time to get my epidural, which brings me to number 2 of what I want on my birth plan. Is I'm definitely having an epidural. I am not anti-epidural. I, you know, would love to give birth naturally. I envy all the moms that have. I think you're so strong. My mother actually gave birth to me and my brother naturally, never had any pain meds. So you go, mom, and you go all the other moms that were able to do that. But me, no. I don't do very good with pain, and I would just rather have the epidural and enjoy my labor and not be in so much pain and agony where like I can't enjoy her. And I'm not saying like you don't enjoy them coming out without the epidural and like the pain. For me, my experience with Brielle and the epidural was so great. After I got the epidural, I felt amazing. I didn't feel drugged up or anything. I just felt so like there in the moment. I could really focus and not just rely on so much of the pain. Like I could really just enjoy everything that was going on. I didn't feel like I hated it, you know what I mean? So I definitely want to have the epidural this time. I do though want to try to make it as far as I can without the epidural. I remember with Brielle, I made it to almost 8 centimeters before I really begged for that epidural, and they told me I couldn't get it past 8 anyway. So I went ahead and got it at like 7 centimeters, which I want to do this time. I want to see how long I can go before I need the epidural. I don't want to just go in on the first contraction and be like, okay, I need that epidural. I just feel like I want to try to go through as much as I can on my own before I like can't do it anymore, and then I'll take the meds. Now the third thing that I have about this whole birth plan is that it's something different. I'm very nervous for this, but I think it's gonna be a very good change. Even from like the beginning of my pregnancy, I've gone back and forth between this, but I do believe that this time Tyler and I are going to be having a baby Brixlee all by ourselves with the nurses. When I say that, I mean like my mom's not going to be in the room, his mom's not going to be in the room. It's just going to be me and Tyler. So when Brielle was born, I had my mom, Tyler, and his mom in the room, and it was great. Like, no complaints. I loved having the support of both of my moms there. They held my legs, and it was just great. I loved having my mom there. She was just, you know, when you're sick or you don't feel good and you just want your mom, that's just how I was, and it was great. No complaints. We don't want our moms in the room for this baby, not for any like negative reasons. It's just more of our personal preference. And also we have Brielle at home, who's going to need someone to take care of her while we're not there. And you guys know me, I am a worry wart over Brielle. I have the worst separation anxiety with her, so just knowing that she's with my mom as soon as I go into labor and cannot be here with her, she will be safe with my mom, and it's like a huge relief off of me, because before I was like, who's going to watch her? Like, I mean, I have a lot of friends and family who would watch her, but if you know Brielle, you know that she doesn't just stay with anybody. It's either me or Mimi, and that's really about it. Sometimes Tyler's mom, but it's like a hit or miss. So I just think it'll be best if the moms just stay away until Brixlee is born, and it's really hard because I really do want my mom there, and you know, like, I'm a big baby when it comes to pain, but I think I'll be okay. I just need to be strong for Brielle and know that, you know, she needs my mom more than I do. I have Tyler, I have the nurses, and really when you're in that much pain, you kind of don't really think about who's there and who's not. You kind of are just in the moment, like, let's get this baby out. So moving on from who's gonna be in the room when I give birth, the fourth thing is, I had this with Brielle, so it's not like a change or anything new to me, but I did have a mirror with Brielle, and I swore before I went into labor with my first child that I would never use a mirror. I think it's just insane. I don't want to see what's going on down there. I think it would terrify me more. But they asked me if I wanted a mirror in the middle of labor last time, and I said yes, and I'm glad I did, because it encouraged me to push even harder, longer, stronger. It just really motivated me to get her out. I went from like, let's get her out to let's get this freaking baby out. So the fifth thing on my list is different than what I did with Brielle. I've been looking more into it. I haven't really like got too much information, but I have enough information where I want to do it. I am going to choose to do delayed cord clamping. It's just basically when she's born, the nurses won't go right to my umbilical cord. They won't cut it as soon as she is born. They will wait a few minutes so that Brixlee can get all of the blood that's in the cord before cutting it. I guess this just helps with like iron levels and her blood levels. It just gives her more extra blood, and it will help with her body temperature and all of that. So I'm definitely going to do delayed cord clamping. That is something different on my birth plan, but I'm gonna give it a try. So this kind of brings back to like being in labor. Tyler likes to deliver our children. He delivered Brooklyn and he delivered Brielle. He was so good down there. He knew exactly what to do. He gets like tunnel vision, he said, when he's down there pulling his kids out. Like, it's just like literally he can only see like just this much, and he's so focused, and it's amazing too, also because I'm laying there, can't see much, and I know that my husband is removing our baby. I don't know, it's just super sentimental. It's just something that we want to do, and we're going to continue to do with Brixlee. So the plan is Tyler's going to be down there assisting with the nurse pulling my baby girl out. The seventh thing on my birth plan is probably one of the obvious ones. I think I said it already, but we're going to do skin to skin right after Brixlee is born. We did this with Brielle, and Tyler did it with Brielle. We both got to do that skin on skin. It's just such a great way for the baby to bond with you and just comfort her, and it's just so sweet just holding them on skin to skin. And I think it's really important that dads do it as well, so they can get that first bond with the baby. I think it's actually mandatory now that you do skin on skin. When I had Brielle almost 5 years ago, it wasn't mandatory. They wanted to like give her right to the bathroom, and I was like, no, no, no. I pulled my gown down and I was like, I want her right here. And so she didn't go straight to either being weighed or the tub. She just came right to me, all very bloody and cheesy, and she stayed there for about like half hour, 45 minutes before the nurses took her and we got in the tub together. And then the last thing is kind of like a PSA to all my family and friends if you're watching this video. And also, you know, out of respect, I just want to kind of lay the rules down for visitors. And this is a really big controversial thing. I see it all the time, like who should you allow in the hospital room? Who should visit you when you're at the hospital? And you know, and I'm not like really big on like, no, you can't come or you need to wait until we get home. But there's been so much sickness lately, like with everything going on in this world. It's terrifying, and people not getting vaccinated, and it's just, it's terrifying. Like I said, Tyler and I are just gonna be in the room alone. And we do want to have Brielle be the first one to meet Brixlee. I think that's just really important. It's really important to me. I know that for sure. I know it's important to Tyler that Brielle is the first one to see her baby sister. I don't want anybody else seeing her before Brielle. So if you're watching this and you're my family and you think you're gonna just run right over as soon as she's born, no, you're not. So as far as people coming to the hospital to meet Brixlee, I just want Brielle to be my first visitor, and my mom's gonna have Brielle, so of course my mom's gonna see the baby too, but she already had told me that she's gonna leave Brielle with us so we can have just some family bonding time as long as Brielle wants to stay, and then my mom will come back and spend some time with Brixlee. And then after, I would really like it if my husband's mom came next. I just think that the grandmothers should be the first ones that get to meet the baby. And I think that's just really important to us, so we're gonna make sure that all of our family has their own separate time. Before my labor with Brielle, my placenta hadn't even come out and my room was full of people. Like, I was really upset. I had my boobs out. I was just like, I didn't want to say anything, but when I look back, it's like my daughter was a hot potato, and I don't want that to happen again. I want to just enjoy this time with my daughter. So this time we're going to make sure that if you come and want to visit us in the hospital, we want to make sure you're one, immediate family, and two, you make sure that you have your own time. And I don't want it to feel like an appointment or anything, but I definitely don't want like my mom being there and then someone come in and take that time away from my mom, you know what I mean? Or vice versa, like Tyler's mom there, and I don't want someone else to come in and take that time away from his mom, because it's so special. Those first time meeting, you know, it's just so special, and I want to keep it that way. So that's kind of our plan, is to just have family and friends message us before, and we'll give them a good time to come, so that way they can all have their own individual time. And other than like immediate family, like our friends and stuff, we just ask that they all wait until we come home. And we still, even at home, we don't want our home filled with a bunch of people. But I know that everybody's really excited to see her. But as far as that, just, you know, if you're watching this and you want to come and see Brixlee and you are like a friend of mine, just message us first, and, you know, we'll set something up from there. It is going to be a little bit different than when I had Brielle, but I think all the changes that we decided to do are for the best. I am going to try to be a big girl and do this without my mom's there, but I think I'll be okay. But that's definitely one of like the things that I'm nervous about, but I know that Brielle needs them more, right Brie? You need Mimi more? Yeah. But if you guys have any suggestions or anything that maybe I should consider, or kind of what you are looking for in your birth plan, I know a lot of you that are watching this are due to have a baby around the same time that I am. You guys might have a good idea that I didn't think of, or I'm forgetting something, so just leave them down in the comments below and I will read them all. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.
Bye. I hope you have a good day.
Want to hit it?
Yeah. Now what?
Cover it with your whole hand. Nope. There you go.